US President Donald Trump, in his global tariffs announcement, held up a chart showing the amounts each country allegedly levies on US goods. According to the chart, South Africa is charging 60% for US goods to enter the country, prompting Trump to impose a 30% tariff on South Africa. Speaking at the Gauteng Investment Conference in Johannesburg, a Trade, Industry and Competition Minister Parks Dow said South African tariffs for US goods are much lower. According to Dow, the government will try to get to the bottom of the calculations used.
We are all trying to work out how the US arrived at 60% discount to 30% as the tariffs that we levy, and therefore the discount they are giving. In reality, our tariffs average on the basis of most favored nations, tariffs are estimated 7.6%, and that's our calculation.
At the heart of the tariffs would be what Trump terms as trade imbalances, with claims that American people have been ripped off by countries around the world, including South Africa. This has been frowned upon by the South African Chamber of Commerce and Industry, SABC. Its president Mthokulu says they are seeking clarity on the calculations used and companies that are going to be affected by the tariffs.
The tariffs that are now proposed for South Africa don't actually have a clear calculation about how they were arrived at. South Africa has never had a position of punishing American goods on tariffs, yet the narrative is that it's a reciprocal tariff. So we now need to understand which goods are going to be affected to what extent. Obviously, each sector has a different relationship with America. So we'll be sourcing our members to give us a view about exactly what impact is going to have on their businesses, but also the regulators to bring about the facts about exactly how do we charge American tariffs.
Gibbs economist Professor Adrian Seville says these are unprecedented times for South Africa, urging countries hit with tariffs to start rethinking their portfolio of partnerships in navigating the uncertainty coming from the US.
It's very hard to see how you navigate your way around this without doing some combination of these things. The first is getting fierce into cost competition. Now, unfortunately, that's a race to the bottom. The other thing that countries can do is they need to take this as a very, very big message about the importance of network and partnerships, building a portfolio of partners.
The concerns are that this will ultimately impact the country's economic growth further, putting the future of AGOA into question. After China, the United States is South Africa's biggest trading partner. Last week, the automobile sector was hit with a 25% tariff on foreign-made vehicles and some automobile parts, with the Automotive Business Council NAMSA's Katlego saying jobs hang in the balance.
Every 1% growth in production, we've seen job creation responding at about 4%. And so we're going to have to cut down volumes because of this one market that now has this pressure that's going to make cars from South Africa a lot more expensive for American consumers to buy.
The reciprocal tariffs are set to go into effect on the 9th of April, with President Cyril Ramaphosa saying the tariffs affirm the urgency to negotiate a new bilateral and mutually beneficial trade agreement with the US as an essential step to securing long-term trade certainty. Katlego, Legodi, SABC News in Johannesburg.